SSEES is the School of Slavonic and East European Studies, and we've been around for about 100 years as one of the world's leading institutions, and certainly the largest institution in the world that deals with Russia and Central and Southeastern Europe. And we deal with it from all perspectives. We look at the history, we look at the literature, the philosophy, the film, the politics, the economics of this exciting region that is getting ever more important with EU integration, with uncertainty about the place of Russia. And what we offer is a range of programs, very different programs in those subjects: history, politics, economics, language and literature. Just two things I want to highlight to you. We offer an unparalleled range of languages. We have Russian, of course, but we offer degrees in Polish, in Czech, in Slovak, in Hungarian, in Bulgarian, in Romanian, in Serbo-Croatian, and so on, right, which aren't offered anywhere else in Britain and in few places in the world, this range. We're also introducing a very exciting new program, a degree in history, politics and economics that will give you an introduction and any expertise in those three core disciplines framed within our unique understanding of the region. Why study at UCL? Well, there are lots of reasons. You can look at the rankings and we can discuss whether they work or not, from 3rd to 25th globally, which is amazing. But I think there's another reason which is much more important. Why did UCL come into being? Well, back at the beginning of the 19th century, if you wanted to go to university, there were only, in England, there were only two options: Oxford or Cambridge. And to do that, you had to be a man, you had to be a member of the Church of England, you had to be the right sort of person. Why was UCL founded? Well, to give the opportunity of university study to people who had different religious views, from different ethnic backgrounds. UCL encouraged women to study, working class men and so on. So UCL has always been about diversity, and it's got this radical tradition, and we're still like that today. I think UCL continues in thinking differently, thinking critically, and in encouraging its students to be different, to be radical and to be diverse. Whichever subject area you take, whether it's history or politics or literature and language, economics, in the first year you will get a foundation in those disciplines, and you will have introductory courses that will give you the key skills that you need for those particular ways of studying. And you'll get general introductory courses as well that will teach you about the region and its importance, both past and present. All degrees have the opportunity for studying abroad in the region, so you can spend a wonderful year in Petersburg or Prague or Warsaw or wherever it might be. And the way in which our teaching works, we have a combination of lectures and seminars and small groups. We have excellent staff-student ratio, which means that you as a student will really have the individual attention of some of the leading global experts in the particular field. And teaching takes place in the SSEES building, which is a new building, relatively new building, where we all work together, centered on the library. And SSEES Library has one of the best collections, once again, in the world of material on Russia and Eastern Europe. So what sort of qualifications do you need to come to SSEES? Well, it will depend a bit on which program you're applying for, but essentially the offers that we give are normally between A and 2 Bs or 3 As. We're happy to accept equivalent qualifications, so if the sort of qualification you're going for isn't listed, then do be in touch, and our admissions office are really helpful and great people for dealing with inquiries. But it is important to us that students get the grades that we're asking, because we want the very best students in our institution. Your personal statement is absolutely crucial. We really look at these because we're really keen to see what sort of people we want to study with. It's your opportunity to shine, to impress us, and to show that you're the sort of person that we want to work with. So it's very important that we get a sense of who you are, why you've chosen the subject, and why you're passionate about it. But more than that, that you should try and show in your personal statement that you're thinking, that you're beginning to develop ideas. So yes, you might want to show some knowledge that you've done some reading round about the subject. You might want to say, oh, I read, I don't know, Oliver Feige's book on Russian history. But we don't just want to know that, we want to know what you think about that book. I read Oliver Feige's book on Russian history and it made me question something about the role of culture and politics, or whatever it might be. So we want to know that you're exciting, that you're passionate, and you've got ideas that you're developing. We're not just recruiting or seeking to recruit brains in jars. We're interested in students as whole human beings with a wide range of interests. So do put down some of the extracurricular things that you've been doing, whether you've been involved in charity work or clubs, societies at school. And particularly evidence of teamwork is something that we really value. On references, we only require one reference, and that's an academic reference. It's a reference from a teacher who knows you well and can comment on your performance and on your potential. And that's crucial to us. We read those carefully. But we don't need any more than that. We don't normally interview, so that's another reason why the personal statement is so important. That really is your chance to persuade us, as well as the grades and the other evidence that comes with us. Sometimes in the case of non-standard applications, we may ask to speak to you and have a brief interview just to be able to take the decision with more information. What we do offer is after we've given an offer to you, we have post-offer open days where you can come in, you can have tours of the building, meet students, meet staff and find out more. And always be in touch, even apart from these open days, with admissions staff to find out more, to know that you're making the right decision for yourself. At SSEES we have an excellent network of support for students and recent graduates seeking jobs. And it's the combination of knowledge of the region and disciplinary expertise in politics or economics or history that makes SSEES graduates extremely attractive to employers. I don't know if you've been watching Newsnight about the crisis in Ukraine, but you'll see a young journalist called Gabriel Gatehouse who's presenting the analysis and explaining what's going on there to British viewers. Well, he's a graduate of Russian at SSEES, and it's that combination of his subject knowledge and his experience of the region which obviously has helped him in his career so far. But our links with employers are very broad and well developed. We have excellent links with NGOs, with the Foreign Office, with other government institutions, with finance institutions like Citibank, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, the European Investment Bank, and these are the sort of the areas that our graduates go into. So if this is the sort of thing that seems right to you, then I encourage you to apply and to become part of what we do, a leading institution of experts in a range of disciplines on the field with a diverse and active student body right in the heart of London. So find out more and think about applying for one of the very exciting programs that we offer.